Walk into the Louvre or the Met or any grand museum in the world. Look at the masterpieces from the 16th to the 19th centuries. Look at the deep, rich, gorgeous shadows that give those paintings life. For over 300 years, artists used a very specific pigment to achieve that perfect transparent brown. They called it Mamia or Mummy Brown. And they weren't just painting with history, they were painting with the dead. Welcome to Canvas Black. Today we are opening a door that the art historians usually like to keep shut. We're looking at the macabre supply chain that turned ancient royalty into art supplies. The story starts in the apothecaries of Europe. Long before it was a painting, Mumia was sold as medicine. In the Middle Ages, people believed that the bitumen used in Egyptian mummification had magical healing properties. So they ground up mummies and swallowed them to cure everything from headaches to stomach ulcers. It didn't work, obviously. But by the 16th century, artists noticed something else about this morbid powder. When mixed with white pitch and mire, ground up human remains yielded a pigment that was absolutely stunning. It was a rich, warm, transparent brown. It was perfect for shading. It was perfect for painting flesh tones. It was perfect for glazing. And the European art world went crazy for it. But there was a problem. You can't just manufacture mummies in a factory in Paris. You have to dig them up. So to meet the massive demands of the European painters, an entire black market supply chain was born. Grave robbers plundered the tombs of Egypt. They didn't care if they were digging up a pharaoh, a peasant, or even a mummified cat. It all ground down to the same color. They would smuggle these corpses to Europe, sell them to the colormen, the people who made paints for artists, and the bodies will be butchered, pulverized, and packed into little tubes. Think about the disconnect. An artist sits in a sunlit studio in London or Rome, painting a portrait of a beautiful aristocratic woman, completely unaware that the shadows on her cheek are made from the ribcage of someone who died 3,000 years ago. And that's the wildest part of this story. For centuries, many artists didn't know. They just bought a tube of paint called Mummy Brown, assuming it was just a trade name, like burnt sienna. It's actually burnt Italian dirt. They thought it was a recipe of minerals and earth. In 1881, famous English painter Edward Burne-Jones was having lunch with a friend. The friend mentioned casually how the pigment they all loved was made from actual, literal, dead Egyptians. Burne-Jones was horrified. He didn't believe it. He went to his studio, grabbed his favorite tube of Mummy Brown, and realized the terrible truth. He was so disturbed that he called his family into the backyard, dug a hole in the lawn, and gave this tube of paint a formal, respectful burial. He had to lay the paint to rest. True artist, this guy. Supply of mummies eventually dried up. By the early 1900s, colormen couldn't find enough corpses to keep making the paint. The synthetic alternatives were finally developed. Today, Mummy Brown is a synthetic mix of minerals, but the original masterpiece pigment remains, trapped on the canvases of the world's greatest museums. Next time you look at a classical painting, Remember that history isn't just what the artist chose to depict. Sometimes, history is the paint itself. If you enjoyed this piece of uncommon knowledge, hit the like button, subscribe. We've got more untold stories coming.